was bitches out hit me a lot. Like damn, she in her mood. 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 She lit, get money too. Like damn, she in her mood. No friends, I don't fuck with them.
Then of course you're not going to enjoy doing your hair. It's a chore. Natural hair is as fun as you make it. We sit in salon chairs for hours. We could spend an hour and a half adding a little style to our hair. Hey y'all, it's the girl Kay, but you can call me Casey May, and may God bless you for bringing you my way. Before we get into the video, don't forget to drop a like, drop a heart, and subscribe to the channel. Not only would I greatly appreciate it, but it helps my channel grow. Today we are going to be getting into some hair tips, some hair advice that I personally just don't think is talked about enough. So if you're interested in learning how I took my hair from this to this and how you can do the same, stay tuned. My first and most important rule when it comes to growing and flourishing in your natural hair journey is to have fun. I think a lot of people associate natural hair, especially the community, with like these strict guidelines and like just overall being pretty boring, when that is not the case. The reality is natural hair is as fun as you make it. So if you only wear wash and goes, if you only wear twist outs, you only have like one style, then of course you're not going to enjoy doing your hair. It's a chore. But luckily you've run across my page and I have a couple of ways we can spice up your natural hair game. And one of those ways is to accessorize. Accessorizing is a really cute, it's a really fun way to spice up your hair. Just think back to those days when your mama used to do your hair back in the day and she used to add the beads or the barrettes that match your outfit. It's kind of even the same vibe, but like now we're adults and we can do it in different types of ways and make it more trendy to fit our style. The second way to spice up your natural hair is to do hairstyles, and I feel like that's the easiest way. If you're the type of person who only wears their afro out or in some type of puffball, then you might need to expand your range a little bit if you notice you're not having fun with your natural hair. There's such a broad range of hairstyles that we can do with our natural hair. We can even do the white girl hairstyles. Like, I know we got, you know, kinks and curls, but that doesn't limit us to the type of hairstyles we can do. Even if you have short hair, there are plenty of hairstyles that you have access to. It's just about how much time and effort you're willing to put into a hairstyle. And putting a little bit more extra time and effort to yourself never hurt. We sit in salon chairs for hours. We could spend an hour and a half adding a little style to our hair. And I'm actually in the process of filming a video with all my favorite hairstyles, including this one. So if you like this one, I don't know when it's going to release, if it's going to release before this one or after this one. Regardless, I'm going to link it, so make sure y'all check that out. Another way to have fun with your hair is to dye it, and this may not be the best option if you're looking to grow healthy hair, but it is also a way to simply spice up your hair. And that's not to say that you can't have healthy dyed hair, but I do notice that the majority of people who have dyed hair usually end up either dyeing their hair back or cutting the dyed hair off because they can't maintain the damage that's being done through the bleaching process or through the coloring process. There's just a lot of factors in it that I think is more difficult to maintain colored hair than it is to, you know, just leave your hair regular. But if you're up for a challenge or if you just want to have fun with your hair, feel free. Tip number 2 is do what's best for your lifestyle and your hair. Just because your favorite influencer spends all day, has all the time in the world to do a hot oil treatment, wash, co-wash, condition, deep condition, style, detangle, etc., doesn't mean that you should feel obligated to do the same. Maybe you can't afford to spend an entire day taking care of your hair, but if you can just dedicate an hour or two, then that's perfectly fine, as long as it's what's best for your lifestyle and what your goals are with your hair. And just because your favorite influencer got sent a whole new line of products for free doesn't mean you should go ahead and break the bank trying to achieve the same results they have. Because at the end of the day, you don't even know if those products are going to work for your hair. You don't even know if those products actually work for their hair, because these influencers are lying and scheming. You would never know. Get you a couple products that you've tried and you realize your hair likes and stick to them. And then maybe every once in a while, switch it up a little bit. Maybe not everything. Maybe try a new shampoo here, new leave-in there. But keep the main products the main products. There's a new hair care line coming out every single week. You do not need to break the bank to keep up with the Joneses. Because who the fuck are the Joneses? But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you spend hundreds of dollars buying all of their favorite staple products, or if you follow their wash day routine step by step. That doesn't mean that's going to work for your hair. Do not feel pressured to follow anyone's natural hair rules, including mine, if they're not your own. If you prefer to use grease over oils, use grease. If you prefer to use mousse over gels, use mousse. If you prefer your hair straightened over curly, wear your hair straightened. If you prefer your hair stretched over shrunken, wear it stretched. Your hair needs to take care of your hair needs, not what anybody else needs, what your hair needs. And all that comes through trial and error. If you guys want to know how you can build your own natural hair routine from scratch, let me know, and I can make a video. I can do a little video for y'all since I love y'all that much. My next piece of advice is to let your hair do what it wants to do. If your hair can't be sleeked with any amount of gels or edge controls, maybe your hair ain't meant to be slicked down. If your kinks can't transform into curls, maybe they're just meant to be kinks. And I understand as a black woman the importance of being perceived as presentable, but by whose standards? Every single black woman I've ever met has a different type of hair. So your hair should be the only standard of what your hair should look like. This tip is probably for real one of the most important tips, and that is your hair needs water. Listen, I know there's hundreds, thousands of products you're dying to try, hundreds of products promising that they can repair up to 10 years of damage, but I'm here to tell you there is no amount of products that can ever help you if your hair isn't getting enough water. Before any type of styling, detangling, washing, anything of the sort, water should be the first thing that you're putting on your hair. Just like everything else on this earth, your hair needs water, just like your skin, just like plants, just like animals, just like us as humans. And if you're not giving your hair the water, the hydration that it needs, then it's going to get dry, it's going to get brittle, and it's going to break. And unless your hair is just like naturally long through genetics, you cannot maintain length without having hydrated hair. Just because products like deep conditioners, leave-in conditioners, all the conditioners promote moisture, your hair still needs water. Oil is also not a replacement for moisture. Oils seal in moisture, and just like they can seal stuff in your hair, they can also seal stuff out. So if you're somebody who uses oils or like greases that like contain oils, make sure you're washing your hair, you're really clarifying your hair to make sure you can get that oil off your hair so that you can put in more moisture. My last tip is also another important tip. All of these tips I feel like are vital to your natural hair journey, but this one, I keep saying they all like the most important, but this one is super important, and that is to be patient with yourself on your natural hair journey. And again, like I said, it's a journey. So you'll have days where you'll love your hair, and you'll have days where you want to hide your hair from the world, hide the world from your hair. But throughout the journey, the most important thing is to love your hair throughout every phase. Learn to love your hair when it's at its shortest so that you can genuinely appreciate and admire the journey that it took you to get your hair all the way down your back. People don't realize how delicate natural hair is. I think it's because like when people do natural hair, they just be like ripping and running through it, like they're just so aggressive when it comes to natural hair because we have kinks and coils. But those kinks and coils are what makes our hair super delicate. Like we need to be patient and take our time when it comes to our natural hair. We'll take time when it comes to a wig install, we'll take time when it comes to getting a sew-in, when it comes to getting that perfect ponytail. We can take a little bit extra time to take care and be delicate with our natural hair. It's going to take a lot of trial and error. You're not just going to instantly find something that works for you. If you do, you're lucky. But finding the perfect hair regimen isn't easy. Like you're not just going to step into your journey and instantly know which products, which techniques, which hairstyles are going to work best for your hair type and your hair texture and your personal style. It takes a second. But like J. Cole said, there's beauty in a struggle, and I feel like once you've gone through the struggle of dealing with your natural hair, you find beauty once it actually starts flourishing. I don't know, it's like raising a baby kind of. My hair is kind of sort of my baby. The best thing you can do for your hair, and most importantly for yourself, is just be patient. Alright, so if you made it to the end of this video, please like this video, comment a heart, and subscribe to my channel. Have a blessed and prosperous day, and I'll see you next time.